You played Path of Exile 2 and loved it, but should you play Path of Exile 1? By the end of this video, you will know the answer. Hello, this is Invector, and today I'll talk about differences between Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile 1. Campaign is extremely easy and a breeze to go through in Path of Exile 1. Bosses don't take as long, and you can brute force your way through, as they don't reset when you die, so you can just throw your corpse at them until they die. Most of the layouts for Path of Exile 1 are much more open and very straightforward. There are almost no dead ends, and layouts take much less time to go through. In Path of Exile 1, you need to do the Atlas for the first 3 ascensions, and then you can do the Labyrinth as many times as you want, and you only need to do the trials once per league. A new character can access the Labyrinth immediately without doing the trials. Path of Exile 1 mapping system is much more simplified. We have an Atlas has 100 maps, and all maps have a tier. As you complete more and more maps and do your Atlas progression, you will eventually start killing the pinnacle bosses. Each 4 pinnacle boss will reward you with a Void Stone, and when you slot these Void Stones in your Atlas, all maps will be tier 16s. These Void Stones also allow you to drop tier 17s, and they are special maps. They are much bigger and also with special modifiers that end up with a tougher boss that drop the fragments for the Uber versions of these pinnacle bosses. Also, you can use all 6 portals if you die in a map, but you will still lose 10% of your experience every time you die. Path of Exile 2 has 4 league mechanics: Expedition, Delirium, Breach, and Ritual. Path of Exile 1 has 21 league mechanics: Betrayal, Delve, Bestiary, Incursion, Legion, Harvest, Expedition, Abyss, Breach, Heist, Delirium, Ultimatum, Blight, Ritual, Ambush, Domination, Harbinger, Anarchy, Torment, Beyond, and Essence. In addition to that, Path of Exile 1 also has red and blue altars in maps, has boss farming, invitation farming, Uber bosses, and lab running. All of these league mechanics are incorporated into the massive Atlas passive tree. For each map bonus you complete, and for each new pinnacle or mini pinnacle boss you kill, you will get points to spend in the Atlas passive tree. 132 passive tree points in total. These allow you to spawn certain league mechanics in every map you enter, or increase your chances of it appearing in maps, or with special bonuses. For example, if you allocate Occult Devotion, whenever a ritual spawns in a map, it will always have 4 ritual altars. This way, you can do whichever league mechanic you want in any map that you enter. Also, you unlock a second and a third Atlas passive tree, so you can switch between them whichever one you want when you are entering a map, allowing you to do 3 separate strategies without having to change your passive tree. Path of Exile 1 has a real crafting system, unlike Path of Exile 2. Chaos Orbs reroll the items completely. Exalt and Annul work the same way, but we have a magical orb called the Alteration Orb, which allows you to roll magic items, like how Chaos Orbs allow you to roll rare items. The crafting system is extremely in-depth and very complicated, and I will not get into the details in this video. One massive difference is the crafting badge, which allows you to put one modifier to any item that you are wearing, provided there is an open prefix or suffix for that modifier. Trading is much more easier in Path of Exile 1. The tools to trade are much more defined and developed, such as Awaken POE trade, and even the website is made so that you can search for things exactly as you wanted. Bulk purchase and bulk selling is also possible through the website, or from other websites such as wealthyexile.com, where you can track your currency gain, and you can also buy or sell anything in bulk. You can also buy or sell services such as boss killing services. Items and gems are different in Path of Exile 1. Weapons and armor have sockets in them, and into these sockets we put in our skill gems and our support gems. Javeler's orbs are used on the gear to reroll the number of sockets on an item. Orbs of fusings are used on the gear to link the sockets, and chromatic orbs are used to reroll the colors of the socket, as all the gems are colored in Path of Exile 1. For example, a fireball is a blue gem because it's aligned with intelligence, and intelligence means blue, while added cold damage is aligned with dexterity, so it's a green gem. But when you start understanding and get experience with the system, it becomes a second nature. Also, getting a 6-link body armor is much easier than getting a 6-link in Path of Exile 2. Path of Exile 1 has 7 classes, and all classes have 3 ascendancies except one, which is the Scion, which has only 1 ascendancy, the Ascendant. All 19 ascendancies have unique ascendancy points and they are extremely potent. For example, Unbreakable grants you double armor from your body armor and also reduces the damage you take from chaos hits by 15% of your armor, making you much more durable against chaos damage. Path of Exile 1 has a massive passive tree, and it's much more impactful to your character than Path of Exile 2. The nodes are much more clear, and notables never grant negative modifiers unlike Path of Exile 2. Only keystones provide negative modifiers, such as Resolute Technique, which makes your character to never miss, but also never deal critical strikes either. The gem system is different in Path of Exile 1 in one major way. While in Path of Exile 2, skills are much more tied to the weapon type of the choice, Path of Exile 1 skills provide much more freedom. You don't need to use a mace to use Sunder, for example. You can use maces, chapters, axes, staves, or be unarmed to use Sunder. Some supports also bring requirements though, such as Shockwave, which only allows maces, chapters, or staves, or Nightblade, which allows only claws or daggers to be used. Path of Exile 1 doesn't have any uncut gems, all gems are circumcised. You can get gems from completed quests, you can buy some of the gems from some of the vendors, or you can buy normal gems from Lily Roth after completing her quest in Act 6. There are also exceptional gems, Enlighten, Empower, and Enhance. There are also transfigured gems that can be acquired from the Labyrinth, and there are also awakened gems that can be gotten from endgame bosses like the Maven, and there are also awakened exceptional gems that can only drop from Uber Maven that are extremely rare and extremely valuable. These gems massively change how the game plays, and we don't have to go through them in this video. Not only you will be able to access the humongous passive tree, you will be able to alter it to some extent. Cluster jewels from Delirium allow players to add new passive nodes to their passive trees and grab them. These usually are very expensive and hard to craft, but they are usually more optimal for endgame optimization. There are unique cluster jewels as well. The possibilities here are endless. There is also a very important YouTube mechanic. These are called subscribe to the channel and like the video so that my videos are shown to more people so they can learn more about Path of Exile. Every new league, we have a new league mechanic. The last league was Settlers of Kalgur, which brought King's March and a lot of new things to the game, but I'll not get into that right now. The point is, every start of the league, we get new patch notes, the balance changes, change the build meta, and the new league mechanic is introduced. All you keep are your cosmetic microtransactions and your stat tabs. That's why every league start is extremely important for Path of Exile players. We also have Path of Building. This program allows us to plan our builds and optimize our characters. Anything and everything can be planned and calculated here, and it's very close to perfect. I trust POE more than I trust my mother. The more you theorize your build, the more you will improve it, and the better your character will become, and the less you will feel like a failure in life. We also have other tools to optimize our build or farming strategies, or even playing the game or just trading, such as pathofpathing.com, which helps optimize our Atlas passive tree, POE.ninja, which allows you to see the market changes of items and also the builds people use on their characters, and Craft of Exile, which shows tiers of modifiers an item can have on it, and also you can simulate crafting here to see if your assumpted crafting system will work or not. Path of Exile 1 has a great community. There are streamers, their stream chat and their discords allow people to communicate and help each other, share their builds and their build ideas, help them cook their builds, optimize farming strategies, and even join voice chat together and conspire with streamers' fiancés to get them gifts beyond their back to support them. Path of Exile 1 has been around for a while, and there are streamers that are linked with what they are good at. These people have been doing these things for years, and their years of expertise give them insight. Me, for example, I am known with doing Ritual, being a lucky fuck, and playing Flicker Strike and Cyclone. If you want to play a Zoomer build that farms the most amount of currency without sleeping and disregarding all farm from the game, and you can just focus on earning maximum amount of currency in the least amount of time possible, you can follow Sunube or Favgan. You want to play minions? Go watch Gazi. You want to craft items? You can check Local out. You want to learn what the fuck Recombinator does? You can check Crims out. You want to play Righteous Fire? You can check Fox. You want to learn more about POE1 in general? Sturgog. You want to see a new build every 3 days that are meta? You can check Era out. This helps the community to make a build as efficiently as possible and a place to ask questions about. This doesn't exist for Path of Exile 2 yet, since everything is fairly new to everyone, and there are so many things to be discovered. All in all, if you like Path of Exile 2, and you can spend more than 10 hours a week playing a game, and you are willing to spend time actually learning and studying the game, Path of Exile 1 will grow on you, and will take over your life, and become a primary game that you will spend hundreds, thousands of hours in front of it. When you are playing Path of Exile 1, you will be thinking about it. Give it a try. You will not be disappointed. If anything, you will ask yourself, why haven't I played this game before? So much time wasted, I could have been blasting maps in Path of Exile.